Hey everyone, and welcome to this Sass for CSS tutorial video series. In this video we will be covering functions, the ampersand operator and inheritance in Sass. In the last video we understood how Sass mixins can be a great asset to our development. Sass also supports functions. Sass functions can receive arguments and return a single value. They help in implementing logic in our style sheet. The standard operators plus, minus, divide, multiply, and modulus are all supported by Sass. To create a Sass function, type @function and give it a name. For instance, I'll give it a name add value. Then we have to pass two arguments to it. Let us say first and second. Notice how the variables can be used as arguments in mixins, functions, and even the variables. So if you want to return the sum of these two values, $first and plus $second. I forgot the @return. Now let me show you how to call a function. Calling a function is similar to as in any programming languages. The function name followed by a pair of parentheses and the parameters in between the parentheses. Let's assume I want the padding of this h1 element to be called by this function. Let me write this padding and then name of the function, parentheses, and the two values that I need to be added. For instance, 55 pixels and 30 pixels. If I save this file and go to my main.css, you'll see how the padding of h1 element is actually the sum of these two values. In this way, functions can help you implementing logic in your style sheets and make your style sheets more dry and reusable. Now let us understand the ampersand operator. The ampersand operator adds more to the nesting we learned in the last video. It is a real time saver, especially if you happen to be using the systematic class name conventions. To understand ampersand operator, let's create a new element with the class btn and give it a property display inline text decoration none. And then if we want an element to have a class btn red, then we can use the ampersand operator dash red. Now notice how things changes. Background color set to blue. That will do the job. Not this blue, just blue. And if we want the hover element for the same btn element, the ampersand hover, background color white. Now if you save this file and open your main.css file, you'll see that there are three separate CSS selectors: the btn, btn red, and btn hover. What actually happened is that the ampersand is replaced by the parent selector in the Sass file, and thus the and-red is converted into btn-red and hover is converted into btn hover. Now let's move to inheritance. Another great feature of Sass is inheritance. Inheritance allows multiple classes to share a common set of properties. Let's delete this part of ampersand and think of it as a base button which does not have any border. Now if we need to have different classes or different buttons, let us say a button secondary which will have the same CSS as the main button, we can use @extend to extend the btn and inherit the properties that btn have. .btn, and then we can say the secondary button has a background color of gray. And now if you save this file and move to main.css, you'll see that btn and btn secondary are sharing a set of properties together. and the BTN secondary also have a background color gray. This is pretty much it for this video, and we will learn more things about Sass in the upcoming videos. For now, thanks for watching.